You grew up in an FSU family. What does this game mean to you personally?
Yeah, I think it's I grew. This is the game you grow up hearing about, right? Like these are the moments. This is why you come to Florida State to be able to play this game. And so, hearing my dad talk about his experiences throughout this game, just talk about the feelings he has, the passion he has for this game. I'm really excited to be able to participate.
Ira?
I hate to bring up that moment, but how surprised were you when they overturned that call? Were you? I'm assuming you were very confident that it was a catch.
Yeah, I just need to catch it clean. If I catch it clean, it doesn't even have the chance to be overturned. And so I take full responsibility for that. I need to catch the ball the first time.
Brendan?
Imagine a game like Friday. There's positives you guys can take from it. There's negatives as well. What were the learning points, the lessons, the talking points the last few days from last game?
I think we just shot ourselves in the foot too many times. I think a lot of the little things we didn't execute very well, and it ended up costing us in the end. So we just need to, we need to hone in on the little things a lot more and focus on the details because the details are what's going to end up winning us games.
Ira?
I don't think we had seen you guys do much of the back shoulder stuff yet this season. Is that something that you like? Is that something you guys have been working on first since camp started?
I think it just speaks to me and Tommy's connection. I wouldn't say it's necessarily something we're aiming to do or not aiming to do, but it just happened last game, and it worked. But me and Tommy were on the same page with it, and so it was effective last game for sure.
Peter?
Duce, going back to Miami FSU rivalry. Could you talk more about or you got like memories or stories of what your dad told you about the rivalry, or like something that you remember growing up?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember hearing about like being in awe about all of like the legendary players that played in these games like throughout the years, but especially during my dad's time in Florida State, like obviously he was playing with like Anquan Bolden, but then Miami had guys like Sean Taylor, Frank Gore. Like you hear about all these names. And as a kid, you're hearing about all these legendary players, all of whom my dad had played in this game. So I always thought, it was really cool hearing about the different guys that my dad played with and against throughout this game.
Corey?
You played in some big games at your former school. I think you were in Colorado. You played in Colorado that first year. You played with the Heisman winner. You played in the USC Notre Dame game. Do you feel, though, that like Saturday night's going to be different than anything you've ever felt because of these two teams and this rivalry? Like it'll be even more insane than what you've ever experienced?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this is why I come. This is why you come to Florida State, to be able to play a game like this, to be able to say that you played Miami, and so, I think this is definitely going to be, different than anything I've ever experienced before because I don't know if I've ever met a fan base or two fan bases as passionate about a singular game as this one. So I'm really excited to be able to go out there on Saturday and just experience that passion.
Brendan?
Miami doesn't give up a ton of long passing plays, so opportunities are going to be. I guess you have to make the most of them. What have you seen from the defensive secondary that I guess makes it difficult for teams so far to hit explosives on them?
Yeah, I think they have overall really solid defense. I think their front seven is really good, and I think their corners are very, very solid players. And so it's hard, it makes it hard when you have good players across the board to hit those explosive plays. But I think Coach Gus is working on a really good game plan, and if we can go out there and execute, I think we have the potential to do, some really cool things, some really fun things.
Aslan?
The way things went on Friday night, I'm sure you guys would have wanted to line it up and play Miami as soon as you guys got back to Tallahassee on that plane ride. Just, I don't know if grateful is the right word, but just how excited are you for the fact that you guys can make kind of everything right if you take care of business on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we weren't weren't going into Virginia, expecting to lose. But, I think, like I said, a lot of the little things came back to bite us. And so this week we've been, working on trying to stress all the minute details, the things that seem unimportant, but in turn could be really important. And I'm really excited about the possibility of playing a team like Miami this week. And hopefully, showing that we are the team that I believe we can be.
You guys didn't have Javen available, but then it seemed like Lane stepped up and made some big plays. And what can that do for this core now if you get Javen back and like you guys might have all your pieces back together and never seen before?
Yeah, I think it's really good for us because we're continuing to add depth to our core. We're showing that more and more guys can play and play at a really high level. And so, when their number's called, like, Luane's number, Weezy's number was called this week, and he rose to the occasion and he played his role. And he did his job, tremendously. And so I think it shows, one, the level of preparation that he put in, and then two, it shows just how talented he is as well. And so, as more guys continue to play, I think it's really good for our room because, it's a long season, and we need to be able to rotate guys, and we need guys who can make plays. And so, I think it's really exciting, and I'm really happy that Weezy got those opportunities, and he took them and ran with them.
We'll do two more, Leah.
Going back to your connection with Tommy, it seems like in the big moments, the third downs, the fourth downs, when you guys kind of need a spark play, he looks to you. Does that give you that extra confidence and that trust that you have with your quarterback?
Yeah, I think it's really cool because in those moments, him coming to me shows that he trusts me. And I think I said it a couple weeks ago, but like if he's gonna trust me, I fully expect myself to come through and make a play for him. So as long as he's willing to trust me, I'm gonna do my best to make sure he keeps trusting me.
Corey.
A quick 2-for-1 on the OPI. It didn't look like you nudged that. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. It didn't look like you nudged that kid much at all. But is there a teaching moment there? Like, what did you do wrong on that play? Do you think, if anything?
Yeah, I think I got two hands on him, and I think I'm so tall, my arms are long, and so if they see that that kind of extension, and then the separation that came with that extension at the top of the route, I believe that that's probably not a bad call at all. So I need to be better. I just need to hone in that part of my game a little bit more, and we'll learn from it and grow from it.
And then with you personally, though, you've had a good career already. You've made plays at USC. What did Friday night, though, prove to you, if anything? I think you played almost every snap in that game on the road and made huge plays when your team needed it. Did you prove anything to yourself in that game Friday night?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if they're gonna trust me to go out there and make plays, if they're gonna have every belief in me, I believe belief starts in yourself, right? Like you have to believe in yourself before anyone else can believe in you. And so, I've really been working on believing in myself throughout this whole off season, and I think Friday night was a testament to that. And so we're just gonna keep building from it, keep stacking days, keep growing, and hopefully just continue producing and getting even better.
Cool. Thanks, Deuce.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you guys.